Now that she can use a shampoo hat, we can confirm 100% she is indeed human. No! I guess she's never experienced any germs on Earth, so it immediately got her sick, right? Get your ass back here, b****. I already had one human leave me for 1,000 years. I can't have this shit happen again. Oh, what a 10 out of 10 show. It's insane people slept on this, man. So today, we're going to break down one of the most criminally underappreciated shows, Apocalypse Hotel. Episode 12 wrapped up yesterday. No one gave a shit. So we're going to talk about it one last time. So drop a like to show your support. Subscribe if you're new around here. And hey, I know I didn't talk about it much on the channel, but if you want some of my full thoughts and reactions to every single episode, we do got Patreon where you got the full live reactions and other exclusives. So, I love this show from episode 1. It was a shame, criminal, you might say, that people slept on it. When I see comments asking people, did Apocalypse Hotel finally get good? Bitch, what do you mean did it finally get good? It was good from episode 1. The idea of humanity having to escape Earth because of pollution and just it became a toxic environment. Owner tells robot maids, keep it going till we get back. You knew they were never coming back. But the idea that over 1,000 years, it covered a shit ton of time, either way. Hundreds of years minimum. Episode 11 last week made me think they're building into the main character's death because she was searching for like a chip and she couldn't find replacements. No, it turns out it was just like the concept of living. I was like, okay, that was quite the bait and switch. So then episode 12 comes in and we actually have a human. I thought for sure we're going the route this was going to be a descendant of the owner. No, it was literally just a human who came to Earth, worried. You know, I can't take my suit off. Hope, but, you know, imagine being humanity. 10 generations since, humans left Earth. You've always lived in a spaceship. Every planet you go to is uninhabitable. And you've always imagined what it would be like to take off your helmet, enjoy what is supposed to be fresh air, the sun beating down at you. And then we have our robot pal, who's studied the data ever since he got there. So hundreds of years worth of data. Earth is safe. And it was true. Like, whatever pollution was there before, that Mother Nature tree thing, has since purified everything. I thought for sure the reason she got sick was just going to be a situation of like, hey, she's not used to Earth's atmosphere, so therefore it immediately just hit her like the plague. But we'd be fine. It would just take some time. No, the issue is that Earth is absolutely habitable again. It's just the unfortunate thing is humans are no longer made for Earth. And that makes sense, right? We as humans and the species that would be on our planet that evolved and changed with the planet would naturally build our, immune systems to match with it. Humans leaving for 500, 1,000 years and coming back would no longer be the same humans who left, and obviously, yeah, they'd be sick. And it is heartbreaking in a way, right? But I think they went the right ending. It's bittersweet. Our main character learns that she's no longer simply programmed to wait around for humans. That instead of simply serving humans, she serves all guests. So whoever comes to the hotel, she ends up serving. They do play off of it and have a very funny ending because last time the boss left, I'll be back soon, keep the place going till I return. Cut to 1,000 years later, that guy never was going to return. When she's like, I'll be back soon, she's like, I hate humans. Why do you do this? When is soon? So it's a kind of funny callback, but I love the characterization that they did for this robot. And then as for the human storyline, I doubt we see a season 2. But if they did, they could definitely do time skips, thousands of time skips, to be honest, of eventually humans being able to come back, slowly but surely. But the idea of Earth becoming a hotel rather than a planet to once again call home, I think is a really touching ending, because at the end of the day, humans were forced to flee Earth because of the pollution. These robots kept it going. I mean, robots literally were purging sandworms and the like. Earth became a hotel. Like, there's definitely some things I would have loved to see about the show. Like, I would have loved to see an alien species try to claim Earth for themselves. We didn't really have that. The only thing we kind of had similar to that would be the sandworms kind of like running amok, and then also when Yachio's alien boyfriend came down and the bounty hunters were trying to get him. That's like the only real conflict they had. But in general, the show wasn't necessarily built around conflict. It was about slice of life adventuring. And I think they did a great job. I think it was well written. Cygames is amazing. They don't produce a bad show. Even the shows that aren't necessarily for me, I always appreciate what they offer in the anime industry. They do their own thing, and they just fund really creative ideas. I think this show was insanely slept on. It was hilarious at points, heartbreaking at points. Like the grandmother's death, that was sad as hell, bro. I still think about the fact that they had a funeral wedding all in one. Space Tanukis, man, they do things differently. I don't know. It's just sometimes I wonder, because I've been around the anime community long enough that I see shows that would normally be talked about not get talked about, and shows that normally wouldn't get talked about getting talked about, because there's so much anime being made that you don't have the same classics in the makings anymore. Like, as an example, if Serial Experiments Lain came out today, it's entirely possible that show would get slept on. But it worked because there was like 20 anime being made in the span of a few years for the longest time, versus 50 anime being made every 3 months. So it's harder for things to stand out, but I do hope that this will end up having a cult following long term, because seemingly the people who watched it enjoyed it, but I don't know, maybe just everyone wants shonen action anymore, I don't know. But I truly feel like if you aired Apocalypse Hotel in 2015, it would have been incredibly talked about. To be honest, I truly think if you air Odd Taxi today, it doesn't get as much following as it got when it initially aired. It's just the unfortunate truth about a lot of things. Now, it's not to say there aren't some shows that I'm like, I expect this to get slept on and they do blow up, but it is sad when such a quality written show that doesn't rely on gimmicks and just has heart. It wore its heart on its sleeve the whole time, and it made me care about a bunch of dumb robots and silly looking aliens. And while I definitely question would they serve tomato soup to the tomato-looking alien, I think it was incredibly touching. And I think as an ending, incredibly conclusive while leaving it open for more. I don't need a season 2. I don't think I'm even hoping for a season 2 right now. If they give me one, I'll absolutely watch it and I see how they could do it. But I leave so satisfied. It was just such a good show. And episode 11 still shook me. That entire episode 11 made me think that she was dying. Like, yeah, there was one episode where she got lost in space, but that happened so early in the show you knew she was going to come back. But when you set it up that it looks like she ain't returning to work, and then it's just like, yeah, I learned what it is to be alive, and I'm like, stop playing with my emotion. And it's also funny to think about, they actually killed aliens in this show, because the aliens, at one point, there was like this criminal alien and then the bounty hunter, they were allergic to the Tanuki people, and their allergies killed both of them. And then in return, Earth's atmosphere almost killed the human. Kind of violent when you think of it. Let me know your thoughts. What did you think of Apocalypse Hotel, whether if you were anticipating it before it dropped, or you eventually caught on? How did you like the season, and do you want a season 2? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, ring that bell, and yes, Patreon, where we got the full live reactions to every single Apocalypse Hotel episode, among other episodes for different series. And hey, I also have other exclusives like video shadows to all of my patrons. So today we got Asakata, Danielle 2, Shadow Clone Rex, Zane Zardonks, Natasha N. Henry, Agus TR, Leaf Solman, Chitin Lord, Bill, Tony Neal, and we also have Waka. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.